September 2023. David Heinemeier Hansson, creator of Ruby on Rails, published a post announcing that Turbo 8 was dropping TypeScript. His case, type annotations clutter code, the compilation step adds friction, and JSDoc comments in plain JavaScript provide enough editor support without the overhead. The pull request received 355 votes against and 8 in favor. Hansson merged it anyway. The consequence that drew the loudest criticism: every TypeScript project, depending on Turbo's auto-generated type definitions, lost them. Hansson's team got faster iteration. The TypeScript developers who used Turbo got less type safety in exchange for a decision they had no part in making. 2 years later, the State of JavaScript 2025 survey recorded that 40% of developers write TypeScript exclusively. The argument Hansson won for his own codebase, the industry had already settled in the opposite direction. Anders Hejlsberg had already built 3 influential languages before TypeScript. Turbo Pascal in the 1980s made Pascal fast enough for practical use. Delphi in 1995 shaped a generation of Windows developers. C# in 2000 became Microsoft's answer to Java and one of the most widely used enterprise languages in the world. When Hejlsberg turned to JavaScript, his conviction was specific. Large applications built in dynamically typed languages become harder to maintain as they grow. Tooling degrades. Refactoring becomes dangerous. New developers cannot understand the shape of the data flowing through the system without running it. Microsoft released TypeScript 0.8 in October 2012. The design decisions that made it succeed where other typed JavaScript attempts had failed were deliberate. Structural typing meant TypeScript cared about the shape of an object, not how it was created. Gradual adoption meant an existing JavaScript project could add TypeScript incrementally without rewriting everything, and the compiler erased all type annotations at build time, producing standard JavaScript with no runtime overhead and no new engine to maintain. In 2014, Definitely Typed solved the ecosystem problem. A community-maintained repository of type definitions for libraries that had not been written in TypeScript. By 2016, Angular 2 adopted TypeScript as its primary language. That was the mainstream trigger. Airbnb, Slack, and Shopify began significant codebase migrations. The question shifted from whether to use TypeScript to how to migrate existing JavaScript. Node.js added built-in TypeScript support in 2025 via type stripping. Write TypeScript files and run them directly without a compilation step. The largest change still ahead is TypeScript 7, a rewrite of the compiler in Go, targeting roughly 10 times faster builds, scheduled for mid-2026. TypeScript's failure modes in the research period are not crashes. They are a different category: configurations that appear safe while quietly providing no protection, compile performance that degrades with scale, and teams spending time on type errors that never correspond to actual runtime problems. GitHub issue 61089, opened in January 2025, documents the most insidious case. When skip libcheck is enabled, a common configuration choice to avoid fighting with errors in third-party type definition files, and an import cannot be resolved, TypeScript silently substitutes the anytype with no warning and no error raised. The developer's code appears to be fully typed. In specific cases, it is not. The protection the developer believes they have is not the protection that exists. 2 compile performance regressions followed in 2025. GitHub issue 61406 in March. Upgrading to TypeScript. 5.6 regressed build times on a large repository, with no configuration option available to revert the behavior. GitHub issue 62050 in July. A 360,000-line file caused severe control flow analysis slowdown under a newer compiler version. Beyond the specific bugs, 2 Reddit threads from the same period describe the team-level cost. A developer in December 2024 reported that their team had disabled strict mode entirely because the error volume was overwhelming. A developer in April 2024 reported spending 1 to 2 extra hours per day resolving type errors that had no corresponding runtime problem. Both are using TypeScript. Neither is getting TypeScript's primary benefit. The turbo removal and both Reddit posts describe the same underlying question from different angles. At what point does the compile time safety justify the development time cost, and for which teams has that point already been passed without the team realizing it? TypeScript is a statically typed superset of JavaScript. Every valid JavaScript file is valid TypeScript. The compiler checks types at build time and then erases all type annotations to produce standard JavaScript. At runtime, there are no TypeScript types. The types are entirely a developer time tool. They cannot catch errors from dynamic data unless the data is explicitly validated. They enforce internal consistency within the promises developers make to the compiler, not external correctness. The single most important setting in a TypeScript project is strict mode. Without it, TypeScript does not check for null or undefined, does not error on implicit any types, and misses the class of runtime failures it was primarily designed to prevent. A team using TypeScript without strict mode gets autocomplete and some basic checking while paying the full cost in build steps and type annotation maintenance. The two Reddit threads from 2024 and 2025 both describe this failure mode without naming it. TypeScript 5.9, the current version, includes decorators that follow the finalized ECMA script specification without experimental flags, const type parameters that infer literal types automatically, the satisfies operator for validating a value's shape while preserving its narrower type, and isolated declarations for faster build pipelines in large code bases. Svelte made a similar move to Turbo 8 in September 2023, switching its core source from TypeScript files to plain JavaScript with JSDoc annotations. The critical difference: Svelte maintained the generated type definitions, so TypeScript users were unaffected. The trade-off Svelte made was internal. The trade-off Turbo made was external. State of JavaScript 2025. 40% of developers write TypeScript exclusively. 82% of front-end job listings require it. GitHub records it as the top language by pull request volume. The case for TypeScript is strongest at scale and weakest at the start. One developer building a prototype gets type safety, but also gets a build step, a configuration file, and a type system to maintain from the first line of code. The overhead arrives before the benefit. For a solo project with a defined scope and a short timeline, plain JavaScript with JSDoc annotations is a defensible choice. The friction is lower, the iteration is faster. Hansen's argument, applied carefully to a small experienced team on a well-defined code base, is not unreasonable. For a team of 3 or more working on a shared code base expected to grow, the calculation changes. TypeScript's compile time safety starts paying for itself when more than one developer is making assumptions about data shapes that the other cannot see. Null and undefined errors, wrong argument types, missing properties after a refactor. These are found before deployment when strict mode is on and the types are kept accurate. Without TypeScript, they surface in production or in code review, both of which cost more than a compile error. For a large team, the choice is closer to mandatory. The confident refactoring that TypeScript enables at scale, renaming a function and having the compiler surface every affected call site across 100 files, is not achievable with a search-based approach or a test suite comprehensive enough to match it. The State of JavaScript Survey's framing, that TypeScript has won, reflects the industry's answer at that scale. The failure cases from the research period share a cause. Strict mode disabled to reduce the error volume, skip libcheck enabled to avoid fighting third-party definitions, type annotations left to drift from the actual runtime behavior. TypeScript used without the discipline the tool requires delivers well under its cost. It does not deliver nothing, just less than the team is paying for. TypeScript has won the industry. Whether the friction earns its cost depends entirely on who is paying it.